God is not the author of confusion is the theme of this video. Now, we have to understand the words confusion is synonymous with the word merger. Now, we have to remember the definitions in the legal system. The legal system actually defines that the surname is over and above the Christian name when used in the legal. It's superior to, because over and above means superior. Now, in a spiritual sense, that would be blasphemy. That would be profane to say that actually anything from the legal system could be superior to something that relates to God as supreme. So therefore, when we're going through the understanding of how the legal system operates, it's placing legal as superior in title than to what you would believe would be spiritual, because it's operating away from God. It's operating in a different direction that is unnatural. Deals with legal fiction, which is a fancy word for a lie. That's why the whole world lies in the power of the wicked one, which is Satan, who is the father of the lie. Therefore, he's the father of the fiction, and therefore he's the father of your last name. Feeling warm and friendly now with this? Well, hopefully this will get you to more clarity as we go further. So we're going to go to the scriptures. 1 Corinthians 14:33, very important. It reads, "For God is not the author of confusion," which would be merger, "but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints," which would mean the Christians or the believers. So we're going to go a little further because we want to actually see how the legal dictionary defines this in their world. So we're going to go to the word confusion first, and it states confusion, the term as used in the civil law, that's the pagan law, it's the law of the pagans, and in compound terms derived from that source, meaning a blending or intermingling, and is equivalent to the term merger as used in common law. So now we just go to merger. Very simple, easy to follow the dots here. The fusion or absorption of one thing or right into another. Generally spoken of a case where one of the subjects is of less dignity or importance than the other. Here, the less important ceases to have an independent existence. Now, could you understand what that's working out in the idea of you being involved in the ideology of the legal system? Your given name, which really in the truth sense is of higher dignity and rank than anything to do with the surname. But in their upside down world of legal with the lawyers, the surname is superior to your God-given Christian name. Therefore, you cease to exist. And that's why people cannot get past the understanding why the judge or the magistrate in the court is more frequently referring to you as Master Smith if your last name is Smith that you're bearing. He doesn't care about your given name anymore because he knows that you are basically using something under his jurisdiction that he's able to hold you liable to. You're trespassing and you're now ready to be fined and feed. So when we're basically dealing with obtaining, the interesting thing about the birth certificate, you say that in your request form more than not, that is sent to the government department that handles the usage of the merger, you will say that you authorize them to make you known and give you a version of something that is now merged. But we know that God is not the author of confusion. So when they try to touch his God-given name, interestingly on the birth record that is filled out in Ontario, Canada, it actually separates and distinguishes the two names. It does not merge them. That's why this cannot be used for identification, because it shows that the two do not belong. There are two things going on, even though they will actually stress and underline the boundary between what is their property and what does not belong to you. but they put it over and above. Their surname is over and above the Christian name, the God-given name, because this is a permanent legal record telling you that if you want to play in their world, you will be doing it based on your own consent to merge, to confuse, to do something that's contrary to God, to act legally. The best they can come up with is an ambiguous certificate version to the name, because they're trespassing on your given name to pull off this scam. So, are we understanding now that God is not the author of confusion? And therefore, only you could be consenting to be involved in this confused way of life that is now leading to some very, very serious things happening to you for bearing a legal body name that is not yours.